David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain... Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Take on 4 old ladies from East Lynching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock.
Right, won't be long now till the signal starts coming through from the station. Stay on your toes. All the bigwigs are in tonight because of the election, so we better not make any mistakes. When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, CV makes me go out and posture.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Honest Andy's totally independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hansmead wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Bonderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right, button 2 in 3, 2, bit early there, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now, lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused them of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now, the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy,
I need you to fill up, yes.
What's why?
Rank Snatch is running late.
Oh, I thought I'd ask him about the election. Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret.
That's why he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
A pink, a yellow, a purple. Neil's deals are unreal.
Wicked. We made it to the first outbreak. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Crazy Neil's got crazy deals.
We're coming back from the break.
Do you a toy?
Quiet in the studio.
Next to a chair. We can do you a chair next to a toilet.
Thank you so much.
We can do you a toilet chair. Do you
10
come on
seconds,
down,
everybody.
wiggle your ass. We've got it. You want it. You want it. We've got it. You want it. You pay us. You want it.
5,
We've got it. You want it.
4,
You want it. We've got it. You
3.
pay us.
Welcome
Screen
back to the
1,
National
Jeremy.
News. Welcome back to the Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
up,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with the star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolfe, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you. I do hope that being with you today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say having you here with us?
Screen 2 now, screen 2. Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Which is called The Medicated.
The
Which is
Medicated.
called The Medicated.
The Medicated.
What was that like?
Well, as I
that
said
like?
to Peter at the Rat. That's
Peter
Jensen, the director. Do you know him? Peter Jensen. He's a wonderful chap. He really is.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
On several movies.
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
Peter, terribly successful. What a wild ride this has been. What a wild ride this has been. I really meant that. Megan?
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist. Absolutely
Was that
right.
a challenge at all? Was
What
that a
exactly are you
challenge at
implying?
all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. A love, of course. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but obviously who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it. But I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you? What is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And I will bleed. That's how it feels, doesn't it? That's how it feels. Doesn't it? Bleeding, doesn't it? Giving. Suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end I do it for the difference you make. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Indeed. Historic. Difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Cool, looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once the broadcast's over.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that? You think I don't know that?
Knowles mustn't. Knowles mustn't.
It's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan. Miss Flanagan.
I did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world. You won't have to listen to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me,
Dr. Hemlock.
but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
To see this.
No, it's all too
Look
late.
at this. Look at this.
The virus. The virus. The sterility. The sterility. This formula. This formula. This is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all. Yes, we could stop it all.
We have to ask ourselves. We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen
Celebrate the classic age of salad with this exquisite limited edition collection. My Salad Weekly. Sign up now and every week authentic, ethically sourced ingredients to add to your salad. Build your collection week by week, and very soon you'll have a salad that really gets the lunchroom talking. From tomatoes and oils to leafy greens and lovely grains, this really is the complete collection. Every issue also comes with a companion magazine that explores the history of the art form, from the Great Balsamic War or Edward the Confessor's discovery of the cucumber to the man that changed the very way we see the humble salad, Julius Caesar himself. Start your personal salad collection now, and we'll send you your first 3 issues. Loose leaf, Remain, and Iceberg.
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
Your crunchy cubes will look their absolute carby best.
10
But don't
seconds,
delay.
everybody.
This
I mean, I'm
exclusive
not on
offer
a
is
TV
available for a
personality running the
limited
country.
time.
Seriously?
Pad words. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, it's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Thank you all for coming. And thank you all
Where
for
do I
coming.
start?
What a day!
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people,
Nice.
you saw right through their shit. You saw right through their shit.
I'm sorry.
I've had a couple of celebratory pints. I've had a couple of celebratory
Coarser than the grown is
pints. Makes
funny.
me-
Coarser than the grown
Memorably
is...
put.
Nailed it.
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty check pants on and opening their
colourfully put, again, not inaccurate, but not before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the Tax Office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of, probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more hiding wealth funds or creative accounting, a simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoke your passport. We revoke your passport. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. Before the election. But first, you're going to pay first. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into warring individuals, to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions, but you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute. So to you posh twats,
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise,
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making just it like fair we promised we would.
Just and until like then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful...
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Boring politics, then.
This is some weird fever dream. Am I dying now?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
You're not going for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
But you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs.
When the programme's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence and an overall grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page. Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand what happened during the show. You've got a graph there showing you what the audience did. They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course you can really drill into the details if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here, never once. Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much wealth you have overall. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares, you're a cleaner for God's sake, so why would you care? This is the last page and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks. Alright mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Pop in there now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Choose any one of them and select load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit
Well, in a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight.
Right, now let's take a look at the rushes. Right, this is the rushes route. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
Oh, but this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
Oh no, I think they think you won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. It's not an...
Absolute bogan. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do 1 BC interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin, bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from...
Stay! Oh, Christ, it's noisy in here, Jesus. Right, hang on. Let me just get out some thanks, darling. Yeah, I'll take that one with me. Cheers. Right, that's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they? Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future may hold with the leading economist and radical free thinking, with the country's wealth creators in a state of panic, and unfavourable rumblings already heard from overseas. I'll be asking my guests whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Out with the old Remington's fist of appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington's appointment is a risk for the giant Mega Corporation. Sophia, as our regular viewers will be aware, has always been a wild child and has been romantically linked to several movie stars. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehouse. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Ward and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg and Morgan's Ford have today set off to explore Dante's Tape. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together, like we always have." Playing the field. Rumours about the sporting legend Johnny Hansleaves is snapped leaving one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artist Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Good romance be on the cards for these two budding and grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system with more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight. Are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack All that, and Meghan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
We're going in 5, 4. We're going in 5, 4.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about advances first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, a leading economist. Alan James is right. The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. The government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves. We're just in prettier cages.
Confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I
Katie
don't.
Brightman,
no.
do you agree?
I think that advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan. They're moving to the next steps.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book.
Grand plan,
Alan James
Alan.
is right. It's all in my book, Jeremy. Alan James is right. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption. If you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Yes, only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Shamelessly self-promoting. The rest of the world will respond to this new approach.
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world's powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
and this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. This will not be a war like millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking entire cities. Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camp for hypno-brainwashing, you'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, advance are radical, and change is always frightening. But the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it mobilise. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your based on the facts?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research in the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, or as I call them in my book, Franken-science and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Ellen?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Ellen? It's all coming from the water. The chemicals. It's all coming from the water. Pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan. All right, we're running out of time. What does the future look like to you, Alan?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomised into submission. Katie,
we might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forward with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Two very Alan James, Katie Brightman. Thank you for joining me. Katie Brightman. When we come back, thank you for joining me. I'll be investigating law and order before Meghan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News. On the National Nightly
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
I'm actually being paid by them then.
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see you swallow shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately I can't understand it for you.
I want to scare you, but you should.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
There must be something in the food! I don't want to upset you.
Alright, mate, Christ, I'm absolutely fucking flying, I tell you. How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care, I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. Alright, mate, see you later, bye!
You'll still be
I've got a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
Alan James, coming to a city near you.
5,
Check local press
4,
for dates
3.
and times.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines. To meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory? Can you hear me, Gregory?
I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I've got What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer. Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Jeremy. We can barely keep up with the demand. There simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the progress. We need more support from ministers. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level, Jeremy. At a structural level, darling.
It never is it?
Time, darling.
I'll be at my mother's. It never is it?
Just hang
I'll be at my mother's.
on. Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Jeremy, it's nationwide.
Just Jeremy, give me 5 minutes. Oh, have you mentioned your affairs? Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public.
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving? Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Totally understand. Yes, quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Thank you for joining us, Gregory Judge. Thank you. Next time joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob? Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Terrorised by some thug with a knife.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. Foreigners, it's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Leviticus clearly states that... Jeremy, you bloody gimps escaped. Delia, bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please? Dear, Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use little help with this.
I'm sorry, darling, I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, can you put it back?
Give it space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people. Decent, good, white people.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the padlock?
Hold on just a moment.
Clive, this simply won't do. Not Clive, this simply won't do. It's not.
Clive, I am not having this again. Clive, I am not having this again. As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal. No one else. Responsibility of the criminal. Everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-minus, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of the pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob.
Like a normal
Bob Peel there. Thank you, Bob. We're locking down the police's position on morality. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Has recently been released from prison. Tony Dawson, after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe. Many happy returns, Tony. Many happy returns, Tony.
Call me Titwank, Tony. Cheers, Jez. Everybody else does. Call me.
No, I'm not going to be.
Everybody else does.
Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony? Can you tell us what it's like in prison?
Titwank, Tony. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwank's quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony. I'm picking up that you're not alone.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank, Tony! I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Open!
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony. Let's try and soldier on, Tony. But since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris. Yeah, all the boys are here. Chris. Big Chris. And Vampire Chris. Little Chris. And Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
Yeah. One sec, love. He's on the news. One sec, love. He's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, you know? It's inherently unjust, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this?
You are joking. Chris, you've only got Mr. Fancy, He's only got Mr. Fancy, Not now, fellas, I'm on the news. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time. It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing a signal there, Tony. Seem to be losing a signal there, Tony. Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. Tony, I think we... Tony, I mean, we're literally 2 seconds. I mean, how does this happen? 2 seconds. Can you hear what this is happening? Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back. Don't go away after these messages. We'll be back.
1 minute back, everybody.
Why bother
I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the Vision Mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip: when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Survey said they loved their visible plates, and 7 out of 10 dentists would recommend it.
10 seconds, everybody.
Judica Sean, because we said so.
I need 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scripps Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
We are, Megan. And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my older. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm the older, more popular one.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre.
Yeah, thanks,
It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools,
when we travel around
all
all
these
these
problem
problems, they
schools,
say, "Hey, I really want to be like those
"Hey,
attractive kids.
I really
want to
be like those
beautiful
attractive
and
kids."
powerful
And that's a
thing.
very
beautiful and powerful
We touch our audiences,
and they
We
touch us
our
right back.
audiences.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. There was really only
my
one
wife,
choice of career for me.
Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues.
And teach people
the
about
issues
the
in the
difficult
play are what
issues.
really matter.
The issues in the
And
play
I think
are
you're
what
going to be
really
showing us an
matter.
extract
And
from
I
this
think you're
play,
going to be
aren't
showing
you?
us an
That's
extract
right.
from this
Put
play,
in
aren't you?
context.
That's right.
I play a
Put
young
in
first
context.
year who's having
I
some
play
troubles
a
at
young
school.
first year
Her
who's having
character
some troubles at school.
doesn't actually have Her a name, character yeah, because doesn't actually in have a a way name, she's yeah, like, because in a way she's like,
It's like a metaphor. It's like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you at home, or
Maths
like
is really
maybe
important.
she's
Yeah,
thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Right,
Yes,
well,
thanks,
I'm going
Steve.
to have a little chat with your
Right, well,
teacher while you
I'm
run
gonna
off
have a
and
little
get
chat
ready.
with
I
your
can't wait
teacher
to
while
see
you
you
run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it.
That's it, that way. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin.
How did you react?
But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow.
Next thing you know,
well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing. Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So let's have a look at a short section of Hey. At a short section of Hey. Friendship.
Dear Diary. Dear Diary. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no!
Gary.
It's Gary the Fist.
Oh heavens no!
Gary the Fist. Gary the Fist.
Going somewhere, little first year. Going somewhere, little first year.
I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me. I'm late for maths. Excuse me. It's my favourite subject. I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Now,
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating? Why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going!
My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep
who are
going.
you to stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. That's where you're wrong. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
And Blake owns a motorbike.
But I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen.
this, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
And you want your house to look like a Christmas bomb has hit it, then we've got...